I want to talk a little bit about this article here. It says, Groom and Hate, once nicknamed NY Jew, New York University, NYU, has a massive anti-Semitism problem. A Jewish NYU student is denouncing his law school classmates for repeated statements of anti-Semitism and calls for violence against Israel. And I wanted to get really down to the end of this article that I read this morning, where he says, get to where he talks about the next thing, Connie's tweets, we're talking about anti-Semitism, anti-Zionism, racism, the idea that Zionism is racism. So here we have, he also claimed that his fellow NYU students lectured their Jewish classmates that Zionism is a racist, imperialist, white supremacist ideology, not a religious movement. I want to go through that statement. That's the statement that I really wanted to address here. Full disclosure, I'm what they would call an anti-Zionist, and yet I don't support, or somewhere in the spectrum between non-Zionism and anti-Zionism. But I am not anti-Israel as a country. I'm anti-Zionist, meaning that I oppose the idea of a Jewish state. But Israel happens to be a good ally of my country, the United States of America, and I support that aspect. And also, a lot of my co-religionists happen to be living there, and that land happens to be the Holy Land in my religion. So that is different than what these leftists are saying here, and the Palestinian activists are saying here. A different idea. So I kind of wanted to go through this. So, to say Zionism is a racist, imperialist, white supremacist ideology, not a religious movement. So I want to go through I only have a few minutes before I get to work, but I want to go through piece by piece what they mean and what I mean. I think the most important thing for me to address here is that it's not a religious movement. So that is a complicated issue because it depends on which segment of the Jewish community we're talking about. So the original Zionists, the original founders of the Zionist movement, who used this term Zionism, as opposed to other terms that existed before, like Chovevei Zion, other movements to settle in the Holy Land. Zionism specifically was not founded in a religious milieu. It was founded in a specifically secular milieu. A lot of people will say that Theodor Herzl was the founder of the Zionist movement. The truth is that there was someone else named Birnbaum, don't remember his first name at the moment, who was Nathan Birnbaum, I believe, which happens to be, I think that was actually George Burns' name also, but it wasn't George Burns. It was someone, Nathan Birnbaum, who actually was the original founder of Zionism, who was a fascinating person because when he founded Zionism, he was an atheist. And then later in life, he turned his life around, he became religious, and became an ardent anti-Zionist. And so that's why the historical revisionists want to erase his memory from the Zionist movement, because he saw the light and became a religious anti-Zionist, as opposed to when he founded the movement, he was a secular Zionist. And he was a friend of Herzl, and Herzl kind of took his ideology and ran with it. Now, Herzl was not a religious Jew. He was of Jewish ancestry, but he had a lot of Christian practices culturally. I don't know theologically whether he was a Christian, but he initially sought to convert all Jews to Christianity. Again, I don't know if there was any theological aspects of that, but rather it was a way to get to end anti-Semitism. That was really his goal. He accepted he was Viennese, he was Austrian, and he accepted the German ideology of Semitism and anti-Semitism, which is not a Jewish concept. In Judaism is a religion. Anybody from any race could convert to Judaism and be integrated into the Jewish community. And there can be entire communities of converts who have no Jewish ancestry who are fully Jewish, because religiously so, as long as they converted in the proper manner. I guess I'm here at work already. I don't really have the time to continue on this subject, but I think this should be part one of a series of issues on this. So while it's true the original founders of Zionism were not religious, there are religious Zionists. And to them it is a religious movement. So to the modern Orthodox, to the conservative Jews, and to some Reform Jews, at this point I would say probably most Reform Jews, Zionism is a part of their religious identity, and I would say to many modern Orthodox Jews, and many conservative Jews as well, it's a major part of their religious identity. However, it's different than secular Zionism, but it's also somewhat different than the pre-Zionist religious movements like the Chovei Tzion and like other groups that we can talk about the history of and the distinctions of it, but it certainly is religious. However, there are also the Satmar community and others that are religious anti-Zionists. So there's a certain truth to saying that it is. There are aspects of within the Jewish religion that embrace Zionism as a religious issue and a religious movement, and there are those who reject it from a religious standpoint, and then there are people of Jewish ancestry who have racialized the Jewish identity against the ideology of Judaism and formed the racist form of Zionism, but that's not in the sense of what these activists are saying. It's something quite different, and we'll discuss that next time because I'm at work now. Thank you for watching. God bless. Please like, share, and subscribe, comment, and we'll talk about this later.